on why MBA and career opportunities. To start with, I would just say this that MBA is a complete exposure to a completely new world. It gives you a direct exposure to actual pharma market. Like from pharma, people only relate it to manufacturing, supply, or MR, like the sales job, the chemist, R&D. But there's a lot more to it. Like the industry needs minds who can handle all these parameters to make industry more profitable. So if one thinks that they are creative or has have a ability to lateral thinking, and they think that they want to explore more to the core field, then this is the place for you all. When you talk MBA, it is a course which is designed to train candidates in specific business skills. Like when you talk about MBA, it's completely a complete different world, and you talk more of business in it. So, to students who cannot decide on MBA, I would like to say them that many students who prefer MBA, they want to become entrepreneurs in future, or they want to learn how to start and grow a business. So that is why they opt for MBA. There's a lot of other knowledge that you gain in MBA, which makes you a different person, like which helps you gain a different perspective, and that's where you make a difference into the industry. A person becomes more skilled and versatile regardless of your industry. You gain a lot of qualities like leadership, critical thinking, analytical thinking, a creative mindset, and of course there is a lot of personal development that you see in MBA. So MBA is something that will give you an exposure to everything of this. Now, why MBA? Like things people should know before planning for an MBA. Before choosing MBA as a career, I would request, like, I would just suggest every one of you to have uh, a clear picture about why do I want to do MBA and what do I want from my MBA. Like people do MBA and after that they get stuck. So before that, I want you all to decide like why I want to do MBA and what are my expectations from my MBA. Jot it down, and then after you have a clear picture, then you can decide that to take MPharm or to take MBA. So whichever satisfies your expectations, you can opt for that. I would share some light on why MBA, as like as I mentioned, there is a lot of skills that you add on to yourself after MBA, and that is what the industry needs. Now, the skills that you'll be developing through an MBA is you will be gaining a lot of leadership skills. You will become a lot confident and you will develop a lot personality wise. Your way of thinking, it changes, and you tend to have an ability to think out of the box, and your thinking becomes lateral. You develop your communication skills, and of course your thinking like considering everything changes, and it becomes a lot creative, and you uh, start thinking all in a different perspective, and that is what the core pharma or the core industry needs to strategize. Like after MBA, your work would be strategizing and your work would be planning and designing things. So that is what is required the most. Benefits of MBA courses, like all these are in short summarized benefits that you get from a MBA courses. Of course, now a classroom teaching would not give you all this in hand, but yes, the type of course and the type of lectures and the type of curriculum you get adapted to it will surely bring these all changes, and it will surely make you a different person. That is the idea behind development of skills and all. So benefits of MBA courses, you develop a priceless management skills. You tend to develop an ability to manage things in a different manner. Of course, as Rahul mentioned, the second thing is higher income. MBA gives you a better pay as compared to a undergraduate course. Now you are gaining a double graduate, like a post graduation degree. So obviously that is a obvious thing that your pay scale increases. There are more job opportunities. As like after undergraduate, for example, if you're doing it for B Farm, like you're doing B Farm, so you are specifically studying pharma. So you are focused only in pharma line. So your job opportunities after MBA increases because you are eligible to work in every parameter in every areas, as MBA gives you an exposure to a lot of things, like it from technology to leadership, from managing to communication, everything, analysis, everything. So your job opportunities increases. Networking opportunity, while doing MBA you get to do a lot of seminars or events, or you be a part of a lot of events, you can say, which increases your connect with the industry people. And while doing MBA you do a lot of things and you meet a lot of people, which increases your connect with the industry. So it's not that you have to wait for your MBA to complete and then you can be a part of industry. No, you start networking with people right from the beginning of your MBA. There's international exposure. Now, many colleges they give you projects and internships which are international. So it depends college to college, which gives you international exposure. Also, for jobs, if you opt for companies which have international projects, so that is a way that you will get connected and you will get an exposure internationally as well. Start your own company from scratch. There are MBA pass outs, like you can say 30 to 40% of MBA pass outs who have this idea, and after MBA, after gaining certain experience, they opt to start their own business because they develop all the skills, and because they become more confident on having their own business or starting their own companies. So this thing is seen very oftenly, that MBA pass outs bring out their own companies. So there are many startups in the market, and these are the ones who bring out all those companies. An MBA means the worldwide recognition of your credentials. Obviously, when you will be bringing out your company or you will be working with big firms, there will be a worldwide recognition, and this is what it means. You also get an opportunity to work for projects. Like if you're working for a certain company, you work for projects for which they send you in foreign countries. So this is how you get worldwide recognition. Also, personal development, as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of development that you'll see in yourselves after your MBA. Okay, so talking about pros and cons, now obviously every a thing which looks very good will not only have benefits, it will also have disadvantages. So the pros, as I said, better paychecks. Your pay will definitely become very good as compared to that of your undergraduate course. MBA specializations would have a greater demand in job industry. Like as I mentioned, in MBA there are various specializations. So whatever specialization you choose, according to that, you can choose which industry you want to work, and so there your demand increases. So this particular specialization would give you greater demand in that particular job industry. Also, MBA programs make you a lot smarter and provides you with a greater exposure. Now, for by this I mean that, as I mentioned, you will be doing a lot of things. Like if I can share my example, in my MBA, I have given a total 62 presentations in 2 years. So that gives you a lot of confidence, and that you can feel the difference, and you can see the difference at the end that MBA gives you. So that exposure, I mean. Talking about the cons, uh, now if you opt for MBA, the fees for MBA is very high. By this I mean that there are many colleges that gives you MBA, but MBA is something you should do from the colleges which guarantees you placement, like the colleges which has a hold on the market. So if you do from such colleges, they charge you a higher amount of fee, but then the amount of placement that they give you, that is very nice. So to get better placement opportunities, it is very much important to choose a college which gives you a guaranteed placement. So such colleges will have a higher fee but then gives you a better placement. Now there are many colleges, many MBA colleges which will charge you very less, like 10 to 20% of what the other known MBA colleges are charging, but then they will not give you placement guarantees. So that is one of the biggest disadvantage that I would mention. And MBA is not useful. Yeah, as I said, if you don't do it from a reputed college, MBA is not at all useful, because many of you must be coming across this, that now this is a MBA student working in a shop, has his shop, is not working professionally, this, that. So that is all because that student must have not opted a good college, must have opted some normal like college which does not guarantees placements. So it happens. And then you have to select MBA on what skills, like on skills that you are expertised in. Now for example, now if you are a pharma student and if you opt for finance field, then it may happen that we are not good in maths, or we don't have that calculative mindset or analytical mindset, and if we try to go for finance and analysis, then uh, ex- we won't come out good there. So before choosing MBA, now MBA gives you specializations, like MBA as a whole is called MBA, but it has many different specializations in it, and any undergraduate student can opt for any specialization. So you should opt for specialization which matches your skill sets. That helps you grow in your career. And also college selection. This is the very big or important or essential thing a student must uh, look after before choosing any MBA college. Now, as I mentioned, specialization. So here are the courses that I meant. There are various MBA courses. Now, all these are specializations that you can go for while you choose MBA, MBA in finance, MBA in marketing. Now, plain and pharma, as Rahul mentioned, there are healthcare courses in MBA. So I have done this course, but I've done MBA in marketing and I've opted for pharma. Now, my thinking like why I opted for pharma marketing. I always wanted to stay with pharma, and I always wanted my career to be into pharma industry only. As I have my undergraduation into pharma, I never wanted to leave pharma. So I opted for pharma marketing. But it is not that you are doing undergraduation in pharma, so you have to go for pharma marketing only. You can go for plain MBA as well, like plain MBA specialization marketing. That will give you a wide scope of opportunities. Like now, people who are doing pharma MBA are focused only on pharma companies. But when you go for plain MBA, you can opt for all other companies, and also pharma companies will remain on your list because you have an undergraduation into pharma. So you get two lines, like pharma also and other areas also. Now, and also pharma MBA is not a course which is given by maximum of colleges. There are very few colleges. Like if I talk about Pune and Mumbai, I think in Pune there's only Pumba University which gives you a pharma management course, and in Mumbai there are three colleges: NMIMS, SIS, and IES, which gives you a pharma MBA degree. I'll be talking about this in the next slide. Coming on to other courses, you are also eligible to go into MBA in HR management. So this is a specialization course. You can opt for HR management right in the beginning of your first year, or you can also select this course in your second year. So then your placement happens into this domain. Like you can sit for placements where your job profile would be into HR management. MBA in retail management and marketing. This is one more specialization. MBA in business analytics. analysis is a lot of IT and maths, a lot of numbers it is. So somebody who's good into numbers and very calculative can opt for MBA in business analytics. There's MBA in financial markets. This is completely for finance. MBA in international business. Now, all these international business, operation and supply chain management, and all these are specializations. So these are choices that you get when you go for MBA. But you will see that not every college has every course. So you have to again decide on that. That if you're going for good college, then if that college has courses of your interest. If it does not, then you can go for second best college in that domain. You can also see that now best colleges worldwide is a different thing, and best college for that particular domain is a different thing. Now there are colleges which will have five out of all of these courses, but will not be giving good placements in particular specialization. So even that is important. That now you will have a question that how will we know as students that which college gives better placements for what. For that, you can, like, I believe everybody of you must be having a LinkedIn account. If not, then I would recommend that please have a LinkedIn account. That is very important and it helps you a lot. So you can approach people who have done courses from particular colleges. So they'll surely guide you, and you can talk to them and you can ask them to help you about like how what kind of placements the colleges gives, and they'll be guiding you on that. So that is one of the way which you can use to analyze the colleges before you take admission into any college. So these colleges, I will suggest these colleges for like these specializations for the people who have undergraduation into pharma. Now here you can see only finance things are not tick marked because finance domain, they want a background into maths or they want a background that you have into finance, and only then they will select you for MBA. Because while going for MBA, you go through a lot of interviews and there's a lot of shortlisting. So that all is done on basis of your CV and on basis of your background. So opting for finance would be difficult for a pharma graduate. Rest all specializations are easy to go for pharma students. And for in from this, marketing and digital media and digital marketing and transformation is something which is currently coming up a lot. Apart from that, business analytics is also a very evergreen line because it belongs to IT. And marketing is one of the best, like top most specialization, highly preferred, and that is something which will never stop. So marketing remains. Career opportunities. Now what after MBA, like what will be your job opportunities and what areas will you be working? Now here I have focused taking pharma as undergraduation. So the career opportunities that I'll be listing down is in comparison to that, people having a pharma background and are going for all of these ticked courses. Management trainee and product executive or brand executive. These both are from PMD jobs. The full form of PMD is product management team. I hope everybody of you must be knowing about this. So yeah, so your entry level remains management trainee. When you are a fresher and you join a pharma company, you go there as a management trainee. That is a 1 year period, and if your performance and all is good, they promote you to product executive in a period of 8 to 12 months. So you get promoted as a PE, and this is the marketing team. This is the promotion level in the marketing team. And after brand executive, you become a product manager and all of those. There's also a business development executive. So there's a high placement opportunities for business development executives. There's international business. Here you work from India for foreign market. So you remain in India, but your office and your company and head office is in India, but you work for foreign markets. And later, after gaining experience, you get exposure to foreign markets as well. Apart from this, into supply chain and operations, there's a post of purchase executive for freshers. Then in publication company, now publication is not the literature and write-ups, the books and all. Publication here for pharma means that pharma companies are in tie-up with various companies which gives them literature, scientific literature and scientific inputs that they use for their product, for their all the marketing activities that they perform. So this is that publication company, and in this company you join as a project manager as a fresher. Then you can get into regulatory affairs, you can get into advertisement. Now advertisement, somebody who's very creative and interests into designing and all, so there are advertisements. This happens for FMCG and OTC brands. So advertisement field is open for them, and you can get into that as well. Business analyst, marketing executive, yeah. These are few career opportunities. There are many apart from this, like anybody having a specialization into HR domain can get into HR. So there are various other domains open, but these are for pharma people, like special posts for focusing on the niche pharma market. Now, known colleges for MBA, I have now, as Rahul has already mentioned about the colleges, I've just given a list of colleges which are very much well known, and the placement of these colleges are very good. Now, Naipa Mohali, everybody must be knowing, this is for Pharma MBA and MBA as well. Wellinkar Institute gives you MBA, plain MBA. Jamnalal and SP Jain gives you plain MBA. NMIMS gives you plain MBA as well as Pharma MBA and integrated course into Pharma. SIS gives you MBA and Pharma MBA both. NMIMS, SIS and IS are only three colleges which gives you Pharma MBA, and one more, Naipa Mohali. Now these four colleges over here are these colleges gives you Pharma MBA degree. There's DY Patil Institute, Navi Mumbai, that gives you plain MBA. Symbiosis Pune and Pumba, these both are very well-known colleges and gives you very nice placements. So these two colleges from Pune. Also there's Balaji Institute of Management, which is uh, quite known these days. So even that gives you good placements. That's all from my side. I would give the order to Rutuja.
Ruchita, your voice is very low. Can you be a bit louder? Still low. Yes, now it is fine. Your voice is very low actually.
Rutuja, if you're having a earphone or something, I think there's a little disturbance from your sides.
Hello? Is this fine? No, still low actually. Hello?
Yes, now clear.
Can you hear me? Is this audible?
Yes, yes. Madam?
Ma'am,
Your voice is very low actually.
okay, let me
Without hear properly,
Am I audible now?
can be a bit louder.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's start.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So to get into MBA course, first of all, we'll have to. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to clear the exam. Now, I have first-hand experience, very fresh experience with clearing the exams and attempting the exam. So I will take you through all the exams that you'll have to give and what all you can do to, make your attempt very effective in the first go. Everyone who spoke before me, Neha and Rahul, they briefed you about the colleges, so I won't take you through that again. But I would like to mention some of the exams that were missed out, some of the colleges that were missed out. There's a SNAP college, SNAP and ZAT, which are very well known for human
Teacher,
resource.
can you put it on this slide sharing?
Is this not? Can you not see my screen?
It on sharing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So as I was saying, before getting into the preparation mode, what I would suggest, what is preferable, is to decide which MBA you want to pursue, whether it is plain MBA or health management, MBA in healthcare management or pharma MBA. What this will help you to narrow down on the number of exams that you want to give, because there are plenty of exams, national level and state level. You cannot keep on writing every exam that comes to you. So if you narrow down as to which MBA you want to be in, then it will help you to decide which exams to appear for. I would like to tell you about IIFT and ZAD. They give very good course in human resource management, and you know about CAT, NMAT, and CET, I suppose. So these are the exams which will get you to core MBA as well as pharma MBA, depending on which colleges you apply to post the exam. Now, there are some exams known as ATMA, MAT, and CMAT. These are not very well known, so not many students apply to these exams. But the advantage is that because of less applications, the competition is relatively lesser, whereas the very well-known colleges like Kumba or Sydenham, JBIMS, they have the quota to take admission to these exams as well. So if you write these exams very nicely, you score a decent score, then you can get to these same colleges in a relatively easier way. I won't say these are very easy, but these are relatively easier than CAT or NMAT, I think. So moving on, I hope you know that if you in any exam you will come across these topics. The ones that I've mentioned in red are the main topics that you'll find in every exam that you appear for MBA, because you have to have these basic skills for an MBA. It is quantitative analysis, that is our math, then verbal ability and reading comprehension, English, data interpretation, logic reasoning. So these three topics you'll find in every other exam. Other than these, there's this section called abstract reasoning, general knowledge, and decision making, which you'll encounter in few of the exams, not every. So you have to be very good at the first three sections. Now, when you give an exam, you have to keep in mind that every exam has a sectional cutoff. So you have to clear the overall cutoff as well as sectional cutoff. So you cannot practice one section, get very good at it, and try to compensate your less marks in other sections. That cannot happen. You have to have very good knowledge and very good score in all the three sections or all the five sections that an exam might have to get through the admission procedure and eligibility criteria. Now, being a pharma student, I think we all might experience a little hurdle in quantitative analysis because we've lost touch with math and all. But but it is not very difficult if we try or if we see as such. If you break down the topics that are given, we have almost 20 to 25 topics that are given in the syllabus of CAT or NMAT and CET as well. But if we narrow it down, it comes up to these five topics, that is arithmetic, algebra, geometry, number system, and modern math. Out of these three five, the ones given in bold, arithmetic, algebra, and geometry are very, very important topics. Almost 75% of your paper will be based on these three topics. So even if maths might seem difficult, if you brush up and if you get through the basics of these three topics, it will help you like anything. In these three, arithmetic again is very important. In red, I have given you some topics, especially chosen topics: number system, profit loss, discounts, percentages, time, speed, distance, time, and work. These are some topics that are frequently asked and asked in large numbers. For example, in CAT, you have 32 to 34 questions in math. Almost 14 to 16 questions will be based on these topics, and these are relatively easier topics. So out of 20 to 25 total topics that you have, if you uh, go through the basics of these very well, then it is not that difficult to crack, I must say. Then I would like to put light on the next topic, that is permutation, combination, and probability. Now these topics are not much asked. uh, I mean, you get two questions each every year on these two, but they are very, very easy. So even four questions, that is four threes, are 12 marks in your pocket, is like anything for a very competitive exam like CAT. So these first 3 points, these are topics that I've taken down from CAT exams and CAT last year papers and all. These are very important with respect to that. The ones that are given in blue, sequences, series, and inequality, these are not asked in CAD, but if you are focusing on NMAT and CET, these topics are the favorite ones. So if you talk about in these two exams, you will get almost 4 to 5 questions on each topic. So 5 questions on sequences and series and 5 questions on inequality. So so while preparing for any topic, preparing on any section, what you have to pay attention on is the topic that is most frequently asked. So if you do well in that topic, even if you are not able to complete your whole syllabus, these topics that you have done properly, and uh, these will help you get a very good score, very decent score actually. So I would ask you to take screenshot if you need for these topics. Moving on, you have DILR section. DILR is data interpretation and logic reasoning. In data interpretation, data or report will be given to you. You have to interpret the data, followed by 4 to 5 questions. So this makes one set. One data and 4 to 5 questions makes one set. And you have to answer these questions based on the data. Now, data can be given in terms of tables or charts, say bar charts, line charts, pie charts, etc. So in data interpretation, again, if you do really well with your math, that is percentages, ratios, and proportions, these three topics will help you clear DI. Because DI is nothing but interpretation of data. You just have to calculate the numbers, find percentages, or find ratios, or find averages, and that is what the questions are about. They cannot ask anything beyond that when you have the data in front of you. So DI will be very easy if you brush up, if you do very well in the math topic, if you clear the basics. Now moving on to logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is a very interesting section. You just have to put your logic, and then again you have a set of questions. Information is given and followed by 4 to 5 questions. So overall, DILR section consists of 8 sets. Each set will have 4 questions. So 8 sets divided into four sets of DI and 4 sets of LR. LR में the favorite topics are seating arrangements, linear and
Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams is a very important topic because Venn diagrams will help you in LR as well as in math. And Venn diagram is favorite topic in NMAT and CP. In both these exams, you will definitely have at least one to two sets based on Venn diagram. So these are the some of the topics that are very easy. So I would suggest you to go through them very nicely. And now again, like I've given in blue the topics. These are topics that are not asked in CAT, but these topics are asked very frequently in almost every year. The paper consists of these topics only for NMAT and CG. These are syllogism, blood relation, number and letter series, and input output. You get 3 to 4 questions on each topic. So this is a nice catch if you prepare them well. Moving on to English. Now, English might seem a very easy section initially when we start preparing because we are in the mind frame that we've learned English since school and it will be fine. But again, English here is not the English that we've learned. So, English is quite challenging. I mean, you cannot just keep it aside or not give equal importance to English because it can make it or break it can make or break your score because English is a very nice section, I must say, where you can score very, very high percentile, which can also go up to 99.9. So you have to be very good in English. In English, now, as I told in quant and DILR, there are some topics that you can let go. You can, if you're not able to do properly in them, you can avoid the questions from those topics. But in DRC, we have verbal ability and reading comprehension. Here, you have to know reading comprehension because there's no other way around. You get out of 32 questions of DRC in CAT, you get 24 questions on reading comprehension. So that is a huge number. So, and you don't want to mess up with that. So that is why your reading comprehension has to be top notch. You don't actually have any other option. So for reading comprehension, I would suggest you to read as much as possible. Read newspapers, good literature books, not fictionals are also good. But then there are some specific books that you should read, which will help you enhance your English and vocabulary both. In exam, you will get comprehension on topics such as economics, politics, history, literature. These are the favorite topics, and most paragraphs will be based on these. So you should not become comfortable on one topic and read one genre itself. Try to go out of your comfort and read out of your comfort because that is going to help you in exams. Because if you read in your comfort level, then you won't be likely to read say, economics, politics. So then exam will not fail you with that. You will have to you will have to practice reading comprehension a lot. Then moving on to grammar, grammar they won't ask directly, but grammar comes in form of fill in the blank or sentence correction. So if you don't know what is wrong in the sentence, you cannot correct the sentence. That is where grammar comes very handy. Then vocabulary has to be very good because again it will ask fill in the blank questions. Vocabulary is especially very important in NMAT because they ask you direct synonyms. If you get a difficult word in a sentence, you can make out what from the tone of sentence, you can make out the meaning of the word. But in NMAT, they don't give you a sentence. They give you a word and you have to find out the meaning of the word. So that is why your vocabulary has to be very nice. For which I would suggest you to read Norman Lewis. That is the book by Norman Lewis called Word Power in People. Very nice book, and most of the words that you get in these exams are picked from the same book. I've given the name in the bracket below. Moving on to para jumbles. Now, para jumbles, I don't know, it depends if you find it easy or not. But there is something that I would like to tell you about para jumbles. It is easy if you have MCQs. If you have the option. Para jumbles are a paragraph that is jumbled. The sentences of paragraph are jumbled and given to you, and you have to make a coherent paragraph out of those 4 to 5 sentences that have been given to you. If you have MCQ, if you have options to choose, say A, C, D, essay options they give, and then you have to choose from these options which makes a good paragraph. So if you have options with parajumbles, you should definitely go for it. But if the parajumbles are given without options, where you have to type in the answer, I would suggest you to move on and read the question because the chances of getting right answer is very low. So you have five sentences, five jumbled sentences, and which you have to put in a correct order. Now, five sentences, if you see the permutation combination, there are 120 ways in which you can put them in order, and getting one right in 120, you can guess the probability is very low. So there's no point unless you're very sure, or unless the paragraphs are very easy. So this is what it is about GA. Then critical reasoning. Yes, critical reasoning is very important when it comes to exams like NMAT, because NMAT they have almost 10 questions on critical reasoning that will be based on inference. You have to find out the inference. In fact, you have to find out the summary. Now, when we talk about this, it seems very nice, but when you actually go and solve questions, all the options will appear to be same. So choosing the correct one is a little difficult, but when you practice, you get the hang of it. So practice is everything. For BARC, you should on everyday basis you should at least solve 5 reading comprehensions, at least go through 3 critical reasoning questions, and try para jumbles. And for vocabulary, the best thing to do is read newspapers, read novels, read books, whatever suits you. So this is about VARC. So these are the 3 sections that are made for which you will have to prepare. I have brushed you through 3 sections in very short, but moving on, I would like to give you some important tips overall to attempt the exam, how to attempt the exam overall when you're sitting in front of the computer. What will help you first of all is familiarity with the topic. If you know the topic, you feel the connection to it, you know you have done this before, and that you can do this now. It won't be as difficult, and this will help. Writing sectional tests, giving sectional tests will bring this confidence to you. So familiarity with the topic is very important. You should know the topic thoroughly. Now, CAT is not an exam which you can solve on basis of shortcuts or shortcuts in maths, shortcuts to solve maths in CAT. You cannot do that because when you see a question, pick question from any CAT exam, you will find that the question is based on 2 to 3 topics. It won't be completely based on percentages or completely based on allegations and mixture. It will be a blend of 2 to 3 concepts. You have to use your brain and select which topic and then guess which topic it is and solve the question, whatever works for you. But so that is why you need your basics to be very strong. Now, selection of questions is very important. Although CAT gives you 60 minutes to solve 34 questions, which is a very good time to question ratio, I must say. But again, selection of questions is very important. You cannot just stay stuck on a question or select. See, there are the paper is designed for average students. I mean, the paper won't be full of very difficult questions or full of very easy questions. There will be blend easy questions, moderate questions, and difficult questions. We have to go through the paper, take one run, select the questions that you can do, solve them first, and then move on. So selection of questions is important. At the same time, you don't have to attempt all the questions that come to you. CAT has negative marking. It's +3 -1. So you don't have to write all the questions. You just have to know which questions to write and score properly. So this is also something. This is also smart selection. You have to be very smart while writing the exam. You just cannot go solving and solving and solving without using your brain. So next is accuracy versus attempts. Now you don't have to when you have 34 questions, not necessary that you have to attempt 32 to 34 questions. Accuracy is what matters. If you solve 25 questions with say 99 or 100% accuracy, it's more than anything. But at the same time, if you're able to solve 30 questions but your accuracy is 60%, it's of no use. So basically, accuracy is very important. For accuracy, I would suggest you to take a topic, take 10 questions, write, solve 10 questions, and check your accuracy. Out of 10, how many you are getting, right? And work towards it. Your accuracy should be somewhere between 95 to 90, 95 to 100. 100 is, I think, over ambitious, but 95 to 98% accuracy is very nice, or above anything above 90, so that you can make sure that if you have written if you have attempted 30 questions with 90% accuracy, you know that you have done well in a particular section. This is very important. Avoid attachments with topics. While practicing, say percentages. If I talk about QA, percentages is a very easy topic, and I practice percentages for months, and then I get all the answers right in my sectionals and all the answers right while I'm practicing. But in exam, I see a percentage topic, a percentage question, and I start solving, and somehow I'm not able to get it. Just move on. Learn to move on, because you cannot stay attached to a question just because you had practiced it really well. This will only take up your time and get you to nowhere. So you should not be attached to any topic, any section, any particular type of question. You never know what the paper is going to be like. It's when it comes to cat, especially cat is every year they have a new paper, new difficulty level, and new type of question. So you have to modify yourself according to how the paper comes. So you have to be really, really aware at the point of exam. What is going to help you get a good experience is mock test. Mock test is very important because it will help you, it will help you to know how the exam is going to be. It will give you that atmosphere, and once you've attempted good number of mocks, by good I mean at least 40 to 60 mocks, uh, it'll bring a very good confidence in you to attempt the exam. So if you've attempted so many number of mocks, whatever be it, you will be able to do really well in the final exam. So mocks is very important. If you really want to make it through, you should start giving mocks if you haven't. And if you're already writing mocks, then pace up. You should do at least 2 mocks a week. If you're doing that, then move on to 3 mocks a week. And ultimately, 1 mock every day is very important. At the time of exam, you can also go for 2 to 3 mocks per day, and it won't harm you in any way. Some days when you don't feel like studying, you can just write a mock, and that is how it works. Then, but again, writing mocks is not the only thing. You have to analyze the mocks. Spend good time in analysis of mocks. You can even spend 2 to 3 hours analyzing a mock, because this will bring out the strengths and weaknesses in you. This is very important. If you know which topic you're very good at, when it comes to exam, you can attempt it with confidence. And if a topic you know that you cannot do well, if that question comes up, you can just skip the question and move on. So knowing which topics you know well, knowing which you are not going to attempt is very important. This you will realize in after analysis of mocks. So analyze your mocks and maintain a logbook, maintain a scorebook as to how much you're scoring. And this is just something that you have to do on D-Day, or you can try practicing this from your mocks. Don't attempt paper like how it comes to you. In paper, it may happen that first few questions are really, really difficult, but towards the end of the paper, the questions are very easy. So if you stay at the difficult questions, you'll miss out on them because of lack of time. So you have to spend some time, scan through the paper, take a run through the paper, see what topics are asked, see what is the level of difficulty of the paper, This will make you familiar to the paper. It will make you more comfortable, get you a new confidence. At the same time, you can choose the questions that are easier for you and then start with them so that you have grabbed holes in your pockets already. So these are some important tips that you have to keep in mind while attempting the exam. Any exam, uh, it'll surely help you. Uh, it was about CAT. Now this is NMAT. It has a slightly different pattern of exam. Now every exam will have a different pattern. Even though the syllabus is same, the topics that you will have to prepare is same. The pattern will be different, and hence the attempt how you attempt the exam, the strategy will change. Strategy for exam is very very important. So you should know what you are going to do when you're sitting in front of the screen on your final day of exam. You should be very well prepared. You should know what paper I'm going to get and how I am going to tackle the paper and how I'm going to solve. Now, interesting thing about NMAT is you have three sections, and all the three sections have different times that they have allocated. But one thing that they've given you liberty of is to select the order of how the section comes to you. If you're very good at maths, you can select maths first and then go for logic or language or whatever. So you can select the order. Order selection will give you you can choose a topic which you're more comfortable with, and if you do really well in that section, you have this confidence to move on to a difficult section. So likewise, you can select the order of your section. You just cannot select the time. So you have to manage your time. And if you see, you have 120 questions and 120 minutes, which is difficult because in some sections you don't even get 1 minute for one question, like language skills. It's 32 questions and 22 minutes. So you have to be really, really fast. You don't have time to think on the day of exam. You cannot sit and think, do I have time to attempt? You cannot do that. That is why in exams like NMAT and CT, you have to have a predefined strategy. This is very important. And again, selection or order of section is important. Speed is very important. You have to be very fast for speed. You should be thorough with the topics. You should be confident enough to attempt the exam. If you talk about language, you should be very fast in reading, but again, processing. Only reading won't help you. You should be able to process the information that is given in reading comprehension and then solve the questions that are followed. Moving on to vocabulary. Vocabulary in NMAT is very crucial because they give you direct, there'll be almost 5 questions based on vocabulary. They'll give you a word and you'll have to select a synonym or antonym for that or analogy. So unless and until you know the word, you cannot attempt these questions. If you know it or you don't know, you cannot do anything about that. And yeah, you have to keep in mind that calculators aren't provided in NMAT, so you have to be very fast in calculation. In NMAT, DI, that is data interpretation, is with quantitative skills. So math and DI will be together. But if you talk about DI, the calculations are very very lengthy. It will be around 8-digit calculations sometimes. So you have to be very fast at calculating things, and at the same time you have to be smart in calculating. uh, so that is about NMAT. NMAT is a very nice exam. You can take 3 attempts, but I would suggest to prepare yourself thoroughly and clear it in the first attempt, because having several attempts is nice, but then again, it is first of all it will take up a lot of money, because one attempt is somewhere around 4,000 rupees. So you don't want to waste that much amount of money for 2 to 3 attempts. So writing it in the first attempt with good efficiency is it's like it's gonna help you. So this was about NMAT. And then moving on to CET. CET is a very nice exam for you if you don't like math, or if you cannot do math. If you don't like math, if math is difficult for you, this can happen for pharmacy students like us. So CET is a very nice exam that you can focus on. It has only 50 questions on math, and they are relatively easier. What is important in CETs, you can see LRDI section consists of 75 questions. So logic is a huge section, and logic will be the turning point. If you can solve logic very well, then you will definitely go for CET because the questions are very nice here, nice in terms of difficulty level and how you use your concept. Like I said, syllogism, seating arrangement, these are some input output. These are some questions that are frequently asked: series, word series, number series, etc. etc. Now, CET, VARC in CET is like any other VARC. It has reading comprehension and vocabulary again. Math is easier, as I told. They have extra section called abstract reasoning. Abstract reasoning, I hope you guys know what it is. If you don't know, it is about shape, how the shape will look like if it is turned 90 degrees, or how is the pattern going to go forward. You have to guess the shape, and it is about visual, spatial visualization of shapes and everything. So this will only come to you if you practice well. So CET again is about practice. Now CET has 200 questions and 160 minutes. No negative marking, but the timing, the question to time ratio is, you can see it is difficult to manage. I would say impossible. Impossible to get through everything if you start attempting. So somewhere you will have to mark the questions without even attempting, but that is again that depends on strategy. One very important thing and one thing that is good advantage of CT is that there is no sectional timing. You have 150 questions and you have four sections. You can select how much time to spend on this section, and you can also select the order of sections. So here you can use you have to use strategy, and again you can decide how much time to spend on this section. So the section that you're very strong at, you can do it properly, you can attempt it properly with very good accuracy. You will make it easy. So this is one advantage of CET that you should definitely go for. Now, since it is giving you lots of liberty as to selecting the time, how much time you have to spend on one section, not giving you section limits and all selection of sections. These are all the liberties providing CT, and that is where the cutoff of CT will be very high. The very reputed colleges that you can get to CT, like Jamnalal Bajaj or Siddinam or Wellington, these are very well known colleges. Then cutoff will be very high, somewhere around 98 percentile plus. So you have to score very good, and it's possible, it's completely possible in CT. So this was all about CT exams. To talk about some other exams, if you are willing to appear, exams like ZAT and ZAT IISCs have general knowledge or general awareness section. So they will have almost 25 questions on general awareness, general knowledge. So that is why you have to be up to date with all the with surroundings. You have to read news, you have to read papers, and the questions are mostly based on past 2 years. So whatever events have been happening have happened in past years, and whatever currently is going on will come in general knowledge. The history and geography is less likely to be asked, but it can happen. It's general knowledge. You can ask anything that you want. So you have to be good at general knowledge. If you talk about ZAD or IISC, IISC is International Institute for Foreign Trade. Very good institute for international business if you want. And once you're done with all these exam procedures, you move on to interview. In interview, you will have group discussion and personal interview. So for that also, you have to be aware about what's happening. They can ask you anything. And since we all belong to pharma background, more likely they're more likely to ask you about what is going in pharma, the trends in pharma industry. They might also ask you about statistics in pharma. So you have to have a thorough knowledge if you're going for MBA, thorough knowledge of all your exams of the topics as well as what's going on around you, and in your industry where you belong right now, which is pharma industry. So yeah, this was about these exams. It might seem difficult, but it is difficult. I won't say it's easy, but then it's again not unsurmountable. These exams are, if you practice and you put good amount of dedication and hard work in the right direction. You cannot keep doing hard work. If you put it in right direction, you can get through it. I'm sure. That's it for my slide. I'm done. Mm. Taylor, so
Yes. Uh, you can stop. Pradnya, just quickly repeat. Then we'll start the.
Yes, sir. So is my screen visible?
Not yet.
So there is some issue for sharing screen. I don't know.
Again, try.
So just give me 1 second. I will share it. Sir, I have logged in from another place. So can you make me host over there?
Okay.
yes, Pradnya, you can end from here and make you the co-host.
Okay, ma'am.
You can check now.
Yes, visible. Your screen is visible.
But then you can log off from your previous device. It's causing interruption.
Hello.
Pradnya.
Yes, sir. So I can start. So, good afternoon. I am Pradnya from SIS College. I've completed from SIS College. So, MBA for me is like a journey or a destination. This was a question when I started it. So, I will just go through with the admission process. So, admission process, sorry. So, for a college, you just need to register to the official website first. Then you have to log in it. You will get the admission form. So, you just need to fill that form and pay the fees, whatever it is. Like whatever course you are having, you have to pay for something 15,000 or 2,000. That's the fees. So you need to pay that, and they will book one slot for your interview. So for interview, they have a GD process, personal interview, or a case study. It varies from colleges to colleges, and they go through all this parameter before selecting it. And after last, they look for your entrance exams marks also. So this is a selection criteria majorly. And after selection, once you are selected, you need to submit all your documents which is required. This is a basic admission process in all the colleges. So how to prepare for that? So first is be prepared, be focused wherever you want to get it. Have a right tone of it wherever you are applying it. Be confident and be polite whenever you are applying for any interview and whenever you are facing it. And first thing is be confident for whatever stream you want to go, and be focused. That's a major thing, because once you're focused, there won't be any difficulties, and you will have the adaptivity and learning attitude. So that's the important thing which you need to keep it. Again, I can tell you there is no deficits of MBAs in the market, but there's a very acute shortage of smart MBAs, and that they are the one who can make the difference. So you have to be the one who is a smart one, and the market should be they should be excited and they should be keen to select you. So that skills you need to develop in this 2 years journey of MBA. So that is very important, and all the things you will be learning in this MBA, but you should have that learning attitude, then only it's possible. So I can just let you how can you be that a smart MBA. First is be ready to acquire new knowledge, whatever it is from wherever you will be getting it, just accept it and start reading and sharing knowledge, or whatever things you are known, just share it. Don't keep within yourself only. Second is be creative, be innovative, think beyond the box. Don't be in the same box and think. Think out of the box. That can be helpful to grow and you can develop yourself. Again, contribute in whatever activities or whatever new things will be. Like, don't be like, okay, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, I haven't done that. So don't be in that thing. Come out of things and try to learn few things which you haven't done. Like, don't be like, my hobbies are not, this is not my hobby, I haven't done it, मैंने graduation में कभी नहीं किया. So don't be in that attitude. Learn it, because whenever you will be making mistakes, from that you will be learning it. So in MBA, you have to be in that attitude, learning attitude. That time only you can learn something, and you can be extra or something different from others. Second, I will guide you how is the journey of MBA. So as Neha guided, there are different streams. There's a core MBA, there's a pharmaceutical MBA, there's a biotechnological MBA, hospitality or healthcare. So these are the core streams which you can select wherever you want to go. After that, there's a first year. In first year, you can face many projects, seminar. There are many assignments which you have to do. The assignments are not only like which you have to write and copy from somewhere else. You have to actually use your mind, your knowledge, your skills, and then you have to complete that assignments. It is not like that's something you can copy from Google or textbooks. And in MBA, you won't have any specific textbooks or notes to refer for that particular subjects. You need to refer many of articles or books or different websites. So that is a thing which you learn in MBA. So after that, you have to also get into market to study the market. You will actually going on the field for doing some projects and assignments which college will be giving you. So whatever Neha mentioned that these skills are required in MBA. So you all will be learning that skills whenever you will get an admission in whatever college. But you need to select a proper college for that, because all colleges don't give you this all exposures. So that is an important task, college selection. So in first year journey, some colleges also do guide you for self development, or how you have to prepare yourself for interviews, or how to frame your resume. That all the things colleges do guide you for each and every step of your career. So after that, you have one internship, which is a 3 or 2 months program, which companies do come in your colleges, and that is 100% placement is done for that internship from your college itself. So college is whole and sole responsible for the internship. which each and every students get that exposure for 2 to 3 months. Sometimes that internships are also paid, like company like Alembic or Glenmark or Microlabs, they do pay for you. And some of them, it is a pan India location, or some of them have a Mumbai location or Pune location only. So be ready to settle yourself across India, I can say. And if you are interested in international marketing, you can get that exposure to visit a world also. So be open to each and everything, guys. I can tell you that, because if you be open, you can grow yourself in whatever sector you want. You will be also getting live projects from a company. For that, you need to have a connect with corporate people. So LinkedIn is a one of the option where you can connect. Even few colleges do have a senior interaction like we are having it. The same MBA colleges also do have. Many of the seniors do come in your colleges. They interact with you. They share their numbers, their email ID, and their corporate experience. So you can connect with them. So they can guide you, and sometimes they do select you for final placements also for during the internship tenure only. So that time it is called a pre-placement offer. They provide you the pre-placement offer once you have done the internship with them. Again, for second year, I can tell you, second year you have to do a specialization in any particular sub, I can say, marketing or operations. This is a major thing which is SIS is having it, that is marketing or operation. Wherever you want to do a specialization, I will just tell you what's the difference between it. The subject guidance will be given in the first year itself, like what is marketing and what is operations. Marketing includes sales and marketing. Guys, there's a difference between sales and marketing. Sales is which you go actually in field and you sell it, whereas marketing is whatever strategies or plan is required for selling it. That is marketing. The back office do, that is PMT team or strategic management team. There are many teams who contribute towards this things. That is called marketing. Like how you market for any particular product, how you make an advertisement, how you prepare a visual of it. That is a marketing teams which do and helps the sales, yeah, field force to guide for it or train them. And coming to operations, operation is exactly a back office work which tell you that how much production can be done or how much is required, what is the time limit for this production which can be utilized. So there are many things which are coming, which is coming in operations. They're very people who are interested should be very analytical. They should be very good with numbers. So operations is completely with that. There are many tools. If you have heard, there's SAP, there is R, square root. There are many tools which are used for operations. So operations is basically a back office work that is handled. So in second year, you have to also go through assignments and projects and self-development courses. There are many things which is happens. There are also many cultural activities which college does. So that will help you to enhance and grow yourself. And usually a semester starts from May or is June. A new year starts from that time. So a placement for internship and final placement starts from August or September's only. So most of a company asks the students to join in Jan. For final placement, many of a company students get placed in Jan only. But your semester ends in final exam will be done in April or May. So before your last semester gets over, before that only many of our students are placed, and college do allow us to work with them. So this is the thing which you get in MBAs, but it is only selective with the college. Your college should have a good placement. Then only you can grasp this opportunity, or else it will be difficult to struggle for final placement. And many of students have been thinking that I can do a part-time MBA, full-time MBA, the fees is more. So, but I can tell you, don't do that mistake, because the opportunity which you get for part-time MBA is very less. You won't get that much exposure the way you get in full-time MBA. The learnings are very less. So don't do that thing. Go for part-time. You can learn many things. Fees is more, but I bet you that you can cover that within a 1.5 year to 2 years, because minimum packages which company provide is 5 is a minimum package which you get if you perform good. If you have that skills, so you will get that minimum package of 5 after completion of MBA. So it is very easy. If you took a loan also, you can clear it within a 1.5 year to 2 years. Your loan will be cleared, and your growth will be fast after doing a full-time MBA. Whereas in part-time MBA, the growth is very slow. It can be a stagnant also. So whenever after completion of this corporate, whenever you second year ends your corporate life start, that time there are many doors which is open for you. As Neha has mentioned that doors for you, that is the PMT, there's a digital marketing, the one who's interested in digitally things, they can do that. Even there is an app called Coursera, you can download that app, and you can learn many digital marketing from that also. Even Google is assisting you through that. You will get a certificate also. So please go through a free, whenever you are free, please go through all that courses. Those who are good with analytical, they can go for business development or analytical things also. So there are many things for corporate. This is a short introduction about the things. If we go in detail, it will like one day will be less to explain you everything. So after that, there's a few jobs application. I can tell you few tips. First is know yourself, do a screening, then try to connect the dots or wherever you want to go, just connect it, and then you should sell yourself toward whatever stream you are selected. That is a major thing. Like people should be passionate to buy you. You should have a good network for that. That all skills will be developed slowly, but just you should show that interest, then only it will be possible. So I can just tell you the MBA was for me, it was a journey. It was not a destination, and I'm still learning few things, and now I'm with Alembic Pharmaceutical at management trainee with sales and marketing. It's like 7 months I'm with Alembic. It is just successful because of my MBA journey only. Because just because of B Farm, I wouldn't be at this position, guys. So I wish you all a very success, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. At last, I can just share everyone's number on this chat box, so it will be easy for us to connect. So I think now whatever, if they have any doubt, we can ask, because it was a short of time. So I just quick finished it and I can't go in just deep.
Thank you, Pragya, Neha, Rahul, and Rutuja. Now the session is open for question answer. Students, you can come up, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
I've shared my number in chat screen, so you can get it from there.
Yes, that was a very detailed session which have covered everything, corners of MBA and exam preparation and everything. So now, students, if you have any doubt, anything with respect to it, you can ask your team. Preparation, question. Yes, Umesh. Okay, Umesh.
Yes, ma'am.
No
Uh,
doubt.
my que- my question was to Neha, ma'am.
Yes, Umesh, I'm listening.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, my question was, as we are coming from non-technical field, like we don't have direct contact with maths.
Yes.
So, hello.
Yeah, I'm listening, Umesh.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear
Audible,
me?
Umesh. You can ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, is it okay to clear a sectional cutoff of cons if we cover some topics of cons? Not out of 10 topics, if we covered uh, 6 topics but that 6 topics will be very cleared. So is it possible that if we clear that topics and will be covering our sectional cutoff of quants?
Umesh, can you frame the question again? I did not get what exactly you're trying to ask.
Okay.
So what I understood is out of 10 topics, if at all they are, can we go with only 6 topics?
Ma'am, your voice is cracking, ma'am. I could not hear. So sorry. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. I was asking that, ma'am, if it is possible that if we cover some means only some topics of maths,
Yeah, yeah.
and it is okay that if we cover that topics and can clear sectional cutoff of maths.
You are asking about the preparation for the entrance exam, right?
Yes, yes, yes. For quants.
Uh, so you're asking for the preparation of maths questions for the exam.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, there are many books that you can refer, and there are many books which gives you, a complete guide, like about whatever questions are come repeatedly. So even if you cannot study or focus on something like complete concept wise, you can go through various questions which are repeatedly coming, and you can focus on them, and you can study at least those parts.
Okay. So as a my question was, as we are coming from pharma field,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have not that much exposure to maths kind things. Like
Yeah, right.
yeah.
So
So
on that, I would like to tell you that see, if you are going for MBA, MBA has a lot of maths in it. Now you must have seen many commerce student opting for MBA.
mm,
So they have a background into maths, and they have already studied finance and accounts and all.
mm,
So for them, it becomes more easier. But if I share my experience with you, I did not had maths as a subject in 12th standard, in 11th, 12th. I had opted for complete like only biology, physics, chemistry, and biology. But MBA ka maths was not that difficult for me. That's something I could not crack, or something I had KTs with in my MBA or something. Regular lectures and all makes it easy for you to understand. So later part, if you're thinking on it that आगे जाके maths नहीं, I'm not very much familiar with maths, so आगे जाके मुझे problem होगा. So that is not the issue. That is not how it becomes. There are teachers, like there are the faculty expertise in all these sections, and they teach in a way that it makes very easier and simple to understand. Now, coming to the entrance exam, then yes, for that you need a lot of practice into maths. Like we are coming from a non-maths background, so for us it becomes like for us it will become a little difficult as compared to that those of students from maths background. But yeah, if you like with thorough practice, and for subject like maths you need a lot of practice. So if you have that, then I think there won't be any problem. And if you are asking about particular topics, so I think as Rutuja had mentioned various topics, like she had highlighted it in red. So you can, if you focus on those topics, those are something which repeatedly come in entrance exams. So if you can focus on that and practice them, so maybe I think cracking the entrance exam would be easier for you.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have one question from Ahir, that is there any special exam for Pumba? So for Pumba also you have to appear for entrance exam. And guys, please keep on checking which colleges are preferring which entrance exam, because yearly the expectations of college for entrance do changes, and every colleges do have the particularly their interview and that type of interview and exams which are scheduled. So I think even Pumba is having that. Even Pumba takes interview of students from personally.
To add on Pradnya, I think Pumba takes Atma scores. I
Yeah,
think,
even Atma they takes
yeah,
Pumba.
they
Do
take
take Atma, but there's
Atma.
also CET and that also they do prefer. So
Yes.
whenever you need to apply, just cross check on their website or any of the admission team whom they are. So then you can get a confirmed idea, and likewise you can apply for the exams.
So we have one more question from Savan Priyanka. Priyanka Kawan, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, what is the difference between every MBA entrance, like between ZAT and CAT, etc.?
ZAT and CAT entrance exams, it is just conducted by different bodies. Like ZAT, full form is Xavier Aptitude Test, and that is a national level management entrance test. So that is used only for management entrances, and that is the body which conducts it is national level management authorities control it. Like now for CAT, there will be a different body which conducts CAT exams, and there are colleges which will not accept your ZAT scores. There will be colleges which will be accepting your CAT scores. So it is like that. Like there is no big difference, but only the bodies who are conducting these exams are different. And when these exams are being conducted, there are colleges which accept those exams, the scores of those exams. So not all colleges accept scores of everything. Like now I was talking about ACMA and CET. Now, if you go to see NMIMS, they do not accept scores of CET. They have their own entrance exam, that is NMAT. So similarly, there are various colleges which have their own preferences and choices. Colleges, there'll be colleges which will be accepting both your ZAT and CAT scores. There'll be also colleges who won't be accepting your ZAT scores and will be accepting your CAT scores, like that. So these are various entrance exams. Now, if they would have kept one entrance exam, so the number of students opting for entrance exams is very high. So the merit, the ranking would have been very difficult, and then selecting students would have been very difficult. So that is why there are various entrance exams, and accordingly been divided into colleges so that it becomes easier for the students to get selected. So it is that way. There is no big difference, or there is nothing higher, superior, inferior, nothing like that. It's all same. And the
The
syllabus for
competition is
I would like to add few points to this question as to what is difference between ZAT and CAT. If we talk about these two questions particularly, there are few things that are different about these two exams. For example, the sections are different. In CAT, we have only three sections, whereas in ZAT, we have four sections there. In ZAT, you have additional section for general knowledge and additional section for decision making. At the same time, the marking scheme is very different. Both for both the exams, the marking scheme is different, and that is why the strategy will differ. For CAT, you have plus 3 minus 1. That is for every correct answer, you'll get plus 3, and for every wrong, you'll get minus 1. Whereas for ZAT, it will differ from topic to topic. You have to go through the pattern. But if I were to tell you, ZAT has plus 1 and minus 1 course marking scheme. So for every correct question, you get plus 1. Every wrong question, minus 1 course. At the same time, you have general knowledge, and general knowledge you have 25 questions. You have to answer those questions also. One added section will be decision making section, and yeah, I think this is it about that. But in that, you have a very high level of vocabulary and English. So for that, you have to prepare very nicely for English section, especially. I hope you got the answer for your question. Savan Priyanka. Any more questions?
someone raised hand in between.
Any more questions, students? You can ask anything, any doubt, anything regarding your India preparation. There's a question from Prarthana Ahir about Kumbha, entrance exam for Kumbha. So, Kumbha takes admission to CET, but Prarthana, first you will have to tell which MBA you want. Like if you want plain MBA, that is core MBA, then Kumbha, you'll have to get to CET to get into Kumbha. At the same time, if you want to do pharma MBA in Kumbha, then you have to write ACMA. So it depends on which MBA you want to do. So the CET and ATMA are two exams that combine.
I like to ask one question on behalf of students. What difference is there with MPharm MBA and MBA, Pharma MBA? Will it make a difference? MPharm MBA and Pharma MBA.
Uh,
Basically,
Rahul.
it's not a huge difference. So it's MPharm MBA is basically a 4-year course. If you do it separately, it's a 4-year course, right? You do MPharm for 2 years, and then you do MBA for 2 years. So they have mixed it and made a sandwich course uh, in 3 years. So at the end of 3 years, you have a MPharm degree as well as a MBA degree. So no aspect of any of the specialization is lost. That is, you study the courses are as per PCI syllabus. In second year, you have to compulsorily do the MPharm project, which everyone does. And when it comes to MBA, also there is a 4-month compulsory internship.
So
And
after
yeah, so
MPharm
there is
MBA, I can opt for any kind of job in pharma industry. So no corner of pharma industry is left untouched by me, right?
true, true.
Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am, actually, it depends on the college. Like NMIMS is a very well-known college, and it gives you this integrated course. So they have a very nice placement. So being doing a integrated course also, it makes you eligible for jobs opportunities into both, like lines after MPharm also and lines after MBA also. So it gives you placement for both of it. And only pharma MBA, if you go for that, then you can go into regulatory affairs and pharmacovigilance and all lines also, but then it becomes a low paid job as compared to those of other jobs what you can do after MBA. And it focuses only on business studies, like it only focuses on management studies, and there is nothing related to core pharma that you study. Like whatever in B pharmacy we are doing, there's no subjects related to it, but then pharma MBA will give you exposure to various happenings in pharma industry. So you get to learn about pharma industry specifically when you go for pharma MBA. So that is the difference.
Okay. So we have
yeah.
There
another.
are
I would like
many.
to answer Kansha's question. So whenever you're looking for a career ahead, please don't look at it just from a pay scale point of view, because where your interests lie, that is also very important. I mean, if you are a research oriented person and you get into MBA just for the pay, its benefits, then trust me, it will be very difficult to survive. So agreed that MBA at the start has better paying options, but 10, 12 years down the line, almost everyone doing MPharm or MBA, they are at almost the same level. So please don't focus just with respect to the pay scale. Uh, go with your interests.
Exactly. Actually, I was talking about the pay and all that. It is an advantage. Yes, it is an advantage that will come with MBA. But then it happens that when you walk out of college with your MBA degree, you just have some theory knowledge. You don't have any practical exposure. Now, even if you quote a higher figure in the industry, people will ask you on what basis are you quoting. Like just the degree does not make you credible enough to earn or quote any figure. It becomes like that. Yeah, if you go to a good college having good placements, yes, your starting salary would become nice as compared to other graduation jobs. But then yes, you have to prove yourself, you have to show your potential enough to rise in the industry. There are people who are in the industry from like 5 10 years and are earning less, and in compared to that there are people who have joined and are below 5 years of experience and they can earn more. There can be cases like that. It is just that how you are utilizing your opportunity and how dedicated you are to learn and grow. Money comes with learning. Theory knowledge is something else and practical learning is something else. So yes, with practical learnings, including your theory knowledge, yes, the money will come, but that requires a lot of patience. So you have to do like that. And we always see that कि हाँ अभी MBA हो गया तो अभी good package, we'll get a good package, but it is not like that. If you see like that, then it will, you know, it will keep you stressed out, and it will go on making you more depressed kind of, because it is nowhere written that MBA हो गया तो आपको अच्छा ही package मिलेगा. Yes, it is a part of MBA, it is a part of college, but there are various parameters that come into point when you talk about pay scale. Hope I have answered your question, Akansha.
You can develop that whatever skills you required for MBA smart people, you can develop that skills when you get into it. But the thing is that you should have that learning attitude. Even while job, it's not like that you don't learn anything from your juniors, or that that way. There are many things which your juniors will teach you, or even seniors will teach you. So and MBA is more of practical knowledge rather than theoretical knowledge.
Yeah, and one very important thing I would like to highlight, be it MS, MPharm or MBA, please do not listen to anyone who will tell you that marks are not important, because just getting into a good college does not guarantee you jobs. Even the grades that you score are very important, because the big MNCs which come for recruitment, they do not take an interview for all the 100 people who are appearing. They directly have a cutoff saying we will take interview for only those students who have a CGPA of 8 and above. So if you are scoring like 7, 7.2, that is not enough. So the having a good CGPA is very important. And please do not listen to anyone who says that marks are not important, because if you score low pointers, then you will not get shortlisted for any interview. So please keep this in mind.
Yes, exactly, Rahul. I think so. Roche, Sun Pharma, and Cipla, they do have the first selection criteria based on this only. They even some
Exactly.
companies even do look after your 11th, 12th mark and graduation marks also.
Yeah, true.
And then they look for your post graduation marks.